Welcome to 25 Ivygreen Road. Starting off in the front garden. Here's the wonderful Camellia. Oh, and here's Nita. Come on.
And this is a red one.
Oh yes, I didn't see that one. There's a red one here.
Shape.
They are different shapes. These are much kind of bigger and blousier, aren't they? They're fantastic. Look at them, all over the place. And then there's one just in front of my study which I can see all the flowers when I look out in the morning. What's that tree over there? Is that an azalea?
It's a Pieris with
right.
the young leaves are red.
Is that forsythia over there?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
You can't really see them now, but there's a Camellia.
Oh, that almost sort of very light pink.
Yes, and that.
And behind it's a Magnolia.
Yeah. So there's a white. There's just the end of the white Camellia there, which starts in November, December. We're now at the end of March, beginning of April, and we've got the dark pinks.
And what's this big bush here? The one
This is Skimmia.
Skimmia.
And this is another Camellia. It's not out yet. It's got a very small flower.
Oh, it's a bit late. Yes, it is. That'll be a nice, different one. So we'll have a. Oh, there's a couple of them out over there.
And this is the end of this other winter one. This is sort of December, January.
Right.
So the whole point of talking about camellias is that they grow like weeds and on sandy
Yeah, you
soil.
can't understand why everybody doesn't have them, really.
No.
Oh, and here we're going through the gates now. This gate was hanging off a couple of weeks ago. Now look at it, reinforced at the bottom with some new wood, with timber lock screws on it. Timber lock.
Oh, timber lock.
Very easy to use, excellent. And I also painted it as well with creocote, as it's called. It's not creosote, it's the modern version of creosote, which is not toxic apparently. Anyway, into the back garden. This of course was the first view we ever got of this garden. Didn't look like that then, but we came in, we're absolutely astonished to see the garden. We're very lucky to be here, really, very, very lucky.
This is another Camellia you can see through there, pink on it. And it's
I'm surprised you don't house the national Camellia.
I think we would need about 100 to 200 more, all different to do that.
What's this red thing here?
And this is, it's called, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, a Camellias, and that's the white one up there. And the white one starts in about January. It's very useful to grow in the garden for winter flower. And that's the red version. It comes out slightly later. It's called red and gold, I think.
The yellow one? The yellow flower?
It's a name like Cowlips.
Cowlips.
That comes out in January. Looks very flimsy, but it seems to be as tough as
these little
old
heathers
wood.
at the front?
Yeah, these are the heathers.
And the little purpley flowers?
These are some sort of a Euphorbia. The spurges, these two different sorts. Oh, and these are the wanda primulas.
Some tulips.
Yeah, amazingly, they seem to have gone on. And there's another Camellia there, which is.
Is it? Yeah, it's a kind of.
Flower.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
When they fade away, they go a bit pink, don't they?
Yes, a bit susceptible to frost, that one, I think. And these are hyacinths, which amazingly have come out for the last few years.
They're lovely, aren't they? And they smell as well, don't they?
Yeah.
You can tell somebody if they've got COVID-19 if they can smell them or not.
Well, I can't smell, so. And these are the fritillaries, snakehead fritillaries.
Yeah, they're amazing flowers, those.
I always used to think they just grow in damp
They
places.
look like little Victorian lampshades.
They do, don't they?
Oh, here's a good one of them.
There's one that's growing over this is...
Yeah, it's growing over a... Oh, yes.
With its claws as it's gone down to drink. But these are the king cups round.
Ah.
One double.
Have we got any frog spawn or anything?
No, they're not come this year. I think the badgers and the herons eat the frogs, unfortunately. Yeah. So once upon a time the water came right up above.
I know. Why can't you fill it up?
Because it empties again within the hour.
Oh,
well,
right.
Within 24 hours it's all gone
That's
again.
not bad, not good, is it?
So I'm afraid it's had it ready. Here there's sparrows.
Yes, there's a real twitter of them, isn't
They
there?
left for a few years and now they've
Yes, apparently they're coming back generally into gardens, which is great news.
What they like is they like the green fly in the hedge.
Right, and this here is what, the red one here?
Well, it's another Camellias, and it's but I don't know the name of it. It's
Right.
got different colours in it.
More camellias over there. The purple flower that we saw around the corner is a different one.
Oh, this one here, it's the wild lady's spot,
Oh, right.
which I love. It's
Very gentle, isn't it?
yes, again well this also grows in wet places, similar places to the snakehead fritilla. But it seems to also be happy in dry sand.
Oh,
as
we've
well.
got some camellias just by the shed as well,
Yes,
haven't we?
they. And this is a little rhododendron here.
Oh, the pink one,
Yes, pale pink.
peeking out.
Yeah. But we get more flowers off these camellias.
They're
than we would
unbelievable,
in
aren't
the
they?
entire winter,
Yeah.
entire rose season. So
Oh, and here's the big producer apple, which we never know what sort of apple it is, but it's been pretty radically pruned this year, which I think is great. It means I can cut around it on the lawnmower for once.
that's a Magnolia stellata over there.
Which one's that?
The one,
Oh, the one
stroppy one.
beyond the pond.
Yes.
Oh, very good.
And then there's a white viburnum there, which has got a nice scent. But I'm not sure what it's called.
Right. And the little windmill's still going, one of two.
From quality's sake.
Those rabbits seem to have bred. And here's the other border. This is looking very pretty, actually. Where's that big yellow flower come from? Just joking.
Yes.
And these...
It comes from Paul and
Are those-
Sarah
are
and Elizabeth.
That's lovely, isn't it? Are those cowslips there?
Those are cowslips. They're a domestic sort, though.
Oh, nice.
Rather big. And those red polyanthus have just grown
They're lovely, aren't they?
vegetatively. So I'm
Beautiful.
going to spread them out this coming year, I think. It's nice. It's such a punchy colour.
Now look at all the borders here. We've been carefully weeding them right through, right to the back and right along the side. And I've begun doing this edge, and I'm that up to where the wheelbarrow is at the moment. Dogs on the meadows. Here's a pile of wood that we haven't decided what to do with yet. Shall we just have a look at the greenhouse, see what's
Yep.
going on there?
Yeah. I'm just going to do something. I wonder if that's Julian's peggy. I don't think so. And these are the primrose.
They're amazing, aren't they? They're absolutely amazing.
So they're quite a joy, really.
And we've been busy trying to get the apple trees a bit more in order, so that
That
they
is a
give
lot better, I think.
them. It's much better, isn't it? They did a good job there. And here is the greenhouse with what have we got?
Rocket. It's mainly rocket.
Mainly rocket at the moment.
Bit of mustard. That purple tip stuff is mustard, and a little bit of mizuna. And then Bernard's planted some seeds at the end. So I've decided that Bernard has green fingers. 'Cause
Well,
they're
that's
doing
very nice of you
well.
to say so. We've got tomatoes. Where are they? They're in the middle, aren't they?
Sugar fat
Oh,
snap peas there.
yeah, they're doing well, aren't they?
And this is watercress here.
Mhm.
This is mizuna. You can see they're all based on brassicas apart from the tomatoes and peas.
These are tomatoes.
Those are dwarf kale.
And
that's the
Calvi
broccoli.
Negri.
And that's rocket in the corner. Oh, and that's Calvi Negri. They're not come up in the same way, have they?
We've also cleared a big palm out of the way that was at the back. That was blocking the light. Did that yesterday. Right.
And this is the rocket from this sown. This is the seed.
What are the ones that's self-seeding there? Is that
This is miner's lettuce.
right?
That just live in the greenhouse. Try and
just-
keep them in here, otherwise they'll be round the garden in no time.
Yep. This is where all the, what do you call them, the
Crocuses.
all the crocuses were, which looks like grass. It isn't, it's just crocus leaves that'll die down, and that's where we cut down the big palm. And these are all the various bushes and trees. What's that orangey?
That's another Camellias.
Camellias, with another
An orange
Camellia.
and another Camellia.
When you like something, you go big on it, don't you?
Why not go big on flowers?
What have we got here? We need to really start working on this more, don't we? We've got
Onions here.
onions on the far side.
And there's garlic, the end of sort of elephant garlic at the other side, and then there's more onions here.
Yep. And this is where we've now got the cold frame on one of the raised beds. We intend to use that. And this is one which I filled up with compost from the compost bin. I also filled up the rhubarb. We've used the rhubarb from here twice already and had a big rhubarb pies, which have been lovely. And we've got plenty more. It didn't come up for ages, did it, the rhubarb? And then it's just found a place it likes, I think. Oh, what's this tree here?
This is another Magnolia.
Oh, wow.
It's is it Lobneria or something? I'm not sure.
And here's the compost bin, which I've repaired so that it's not perfect by any means. But on the left is where I've taken out the compost. There's still quite a lot left to use on the raised beds, and this is the one. Once I finish that, I'll start using that one and then let this one down here rot down here. So that's good. Often come across little frogs in there occasionally. And this is where the old Torbay palm has gone until I decide what to do with it, which I can't really think what to do. So okay, keep going. All weeded along here, and there's a view of the house in the distance, the garden. Let's just have a look along here. This is where all the raspberries, are they raspberries?
Well, they were raspberries, but I think we need to just get those out. They're very poor quality.
Okay.
It's the blueberries.
Blueberries, the blueberries around near the back, isn't it? No. Are they at the front?
Yeah, they're here. At the back, these ones here.
And we'll just show you Badger World. You see where the fence is there? The badgers have excavated all that and ploughed it up against the fence. It's amazing. It's huge, the badger sets. There's another one of the holes there. Anything here particularly?
There's a Pyrrhus that comes out of here, and some of the flowering currant.
Oh, is that the little flower
The little
one?
tiny flowers, that flowering currant.
Is this another Camellia?
Yes, a very different Camellia.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. And yes, they're busy clearing this. Done quite a lot of clearing along here.
Yes, I'm doing I did a lot of clearing out of brambles and other things over here.
Okay.
As you can see, so it's more open than it's ever been. So hopefully, when the girls can make it sometime, they'll be able to get hold of the raspberries and things much more easily.
Yes.
That's what we intend to make.
Red currants.
Or red currants more likely. Yes. Those flags,
they've opened up the.
They've opened up the alleyway a bit.
It's very pretty now.
It's looking much better than it used to be, which is great.
It's certainly not used as a tip anymore.
No, it's really good. Another Camellia. Enormous amount to do here, so
There's
we're both out here an awful lot, which is great because it gives us exercise. We're doing a lot of stuff. Oh, here's more rhubarb. Look at that. That's ready to go, isn't it, as well? Need to give it a bit more room, I think. Seems to survive.
Beginning to come.
Which ones are those? This one?
These, yes, I think they might be called. They might be.
Are they gooseberries?
Justaberries, I think.
Justaberries. Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Another camellia.
I'm very pleased with this bush because it's very. Flower. It's not spread too much.
I quite like this yellow bush here. What's that?
It's going to be. It's one of the Philadelphus. And it has white flowers, and because the yellow one is very, very heavily scented.
Right.
Very heavily scented. And recent years, these ones are getting very frosted, but they're absolutely huge.
Massive, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm going to take the top down, so trying to give the next door neighbours a bit more light.
Yeah, good idea, good idea.
And this is the last. We only have one of these in the garden.
Wow. We'll say farewell from 25. Oh, look, there's a bee. You see it? Yeah. So we say farewell from 25 Ivygreen, and we'll talk to you all soon. I hope you enjoy this. Me and bye from Anita. Wait, bye-bye, Anita.